Revenge films.
My name is Ben. I'm 28, single, and working for a foreign company. I recently got assigned to a post overseas and just moved to the US. Leaving Japan actually came at the perfect time for me because I had just gone through a breakup with my ex, Lauren. Lauren and I had been dating for about a year. She's 4 years younger than me, and I'll admit I had a soft spot for her. Whenever she got clingy or pouty, I'd usually give in and do whatever she wanted. She could get pretty jealous, too. If I had a string of work dinners or parties, she'd get suspicious and ask,
"Were there any girls there? You're not cheating on me, right?"
I knew she worried a lot, and I just wanted to ease her mind. That's why, on our 1-year anniversary, I decided to propose. I bought a ring, made a reservation at a fancy restaurant, and planned everything down to the last detail. The night of the anniversary, I waited outside the restaurant, nervous as hell. Then Lauren showed up, all excited.
Wow, this place is amazing. I've never been anywhere like this before.
She said with a huge smile. Seeing her that happy helped me relax, at least a little. After dinner, we were sipping wine, and I finally built up the courage. I pulled out the ring, looked her in the eye, and said, "Lauren, will you marry me?" But instead of saying yes, she froze.
Wait, are you serious? Oh my gosh, this is huge. I can't decide something like that on the spot. Can I have some time to think?
I had proposed because I wanted to make her feel secure. But in that moment, I realized maybe I'd misread everything. I suddenly felt embarrassed, like I'd been acting on my own assumptions. After that night, I waited patiently for her answer. A week passed, then 2, then a month, but she never gave me one. It was like nothing had happened. Life just moved on. That's when the overseas assignment came up at work. Most of my coworkers had families, kids about to start school, take entrance exams, that kind of thing, so they weren't in a position to relocate. Being single, I was the obvious choice. They asked me to go. And honestly, I said yes without thinking twice. When they suddenly dropped the overseas assignment on me, I'll be honest, I couldn't really process it at first. It didn't feel real. But I couldn't say no either. In the end, I reluctantly agreed on the condition that I'd be allowed to return to Japan after 2 years. What I really wanted, though, was to hear Lauren's answer to my proposal. I decided to take a leap and ask her to come to the US with me. I invited her out to dinner again, this time at a romantic Italian place with a view of the city lights. I waited nervously all through the meal for the right moment. After we finished our course meal and were sipping wine, I finally spoke up. "I've been assigned to work overseas," I said, looking her straight in the eyes. "Would you come to the US with me?" Her response stunned me.
No way.
She blurted out, "What? Why not?" I asked, still trying to understand. She looked uncomfortable and said,
"Because I don't see us like that. I mean, there's someone else I actually want to marry."
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After everything, after how controlling and possessive she'd been, she had someone else in mind for marriage? While I sat there in shock, trying to process everything, she added,
"Honestly, this is too much. Can we just break up?"
I stayed quiet for a moment and then said, "Fine, but can you give back the ring I gave you?" Her reaction changed instantly. She started to panic.
Wait, that ring was a gift. You can't just ask for it back now.
She avoided eye contact, and I immediately put 2 and 2 together. "Did you sell it?" She snapped back.
So what if I did? You gave it to me, didn't you? It's mine now. I can do whatever I want with it. You were just a fling anyway.
I was stunned. I didn't even have the words to respond. I paid the bill and left the restaurant alone, numb from the shock. After that night, Lauren blocked my number and completely cut me off. We had been in love, or so I thought, but the truth was she'd had someone else the whole time. I couldn't get over it for a while. The pain stuck with me, and in the end, I moved to the US alone, feeling heartbroken and lost. The early days in the US were tough. I struggled to adjust to life in a foreign country, and for a while I was too busy just trying to survive to even think about Lauren. But with time, I started to see things more clearly. Honestly, I realized I was lucky. Better to find out she wasn't the right person before getting married than after. Eventually, the emotional scars began to heal, and I started focusing more on work. I wanted to make the most of my time abroad and prove myself professionally. Then, one day, in the middle of my usual hectic schedule, one of my coworkers told me he knew a woman he wanted to introduce to me, since I was single, and he set up a dinner for us. I showed up at the restaurant at the agreed time, not expecting much. But when I walked in, I saw a blonde woman waiting at the table. I greeted her in English, but to my surprise, she responded in Japanese.
Hajimashite, Jessica Toimasu. Nice to meet you. I'm Jessica.
I must have looked shocked because she smiled and explained that her grandmother is Japanese and she had actually lived in Japan until she was in middle school. My coworker had been worried I might feel lonely without any Japanese friends around, so he introduced me to Jessica. After that, the two of us started meeting up regularly, and we gradually grew closer. Jessica worked as an interpreter. She was 2 years younger than me, and unlike Lauren, she was responsible, independent, and carried herself with confidence. But when it was just the two of us, she'd let her guard down and show this softer, gentler side. That contrast really drew me in, and before I knew it, we were dating. During my 2 years in the US, Jessica and I built something real together. Our relationship grew stronger with time, but time flew by, and before I knew it, my return to Japan was right around the corner. Even though I wanted to propose to Jessica, I couldn't bring myself to say it. The trauma of being rejected by Lauren still haunted me, and part of me wasn't sure that she would want to leave behind her career and life here just to come live with me in Japan. I agonized over it for weeks, but finally, just days before my departure, I made up my mind. I was going to propose. Then, right before I had the chance, Jessica invited me out to dinner. We were having a great time, laughing and enjoying the evening, when suddenly she got serious. Looking straight into my eyes, she said,
"Take me to Japan with you?"
I was stunned. I hadn't expected her to propose to me. I was so overwhelmed with joy that I started crying right there at the table. Jessica laughed through her own tears and teased.
Aren't we doing this backwards?
Right after my assignment ended, I returned to Japan with my fiancé by my side. The moment we arrived, Jessica looked around the airport and said excitedly,
It's been so long since I've been in Japan. It feels so nostalgic.
We stopped at a cafe in the airport lobby for coffee. As we were sitting there, out of nowhere, someone grabbed my shoulder from behind. I turned around, and there she was. Lauren! She said,
I heard from someone at your company that you'd be flying in around this time today. I've been waiting for you.
Then her eyes locked onto Jessica, and her expression turned cold.
Who is this? Don't tell me you've been cheating on me.
I stared at her for a second and then replied, This is my fiancé, and we broke up a long time ago, remember? Lauren's face twisted in disbelief.
This blonde chick is your fiance? Are you kidding me?
Then Lauren suddenly grabbed my shoulders and shook me, blurting out,
I I realize you're the only one I truly care about. Please, marry me. Say yes, come on.
I didn't even hesitate. Nope. When she looked stunned, I added firmly, "And if you keep this up, I'll go to the police." Her face twisted with frustration, and without another word, she turned and ran off. Later, I heard some rumors. Apparently, the guy Lauren said she actually wanted to marry had scammed her and left her in debt and then dumped her. After that, she started regretting turning down my proposal and tried to contact me. But by then, I had already blocked her number right after she'd blocked mine. With no way to reach me, she started asking around at my company and waited for my return to Japan. After I rejected her at the airport, she started showing up outside my office every day. Eventually, she figured out where I lived. Things got even more disturbing when she began following Jessica. One day, I actually caught her trying to put bugs in our mailbox. That was the last straw. I called the police. They issued a strict warning telling her never to come near us again. After that, she disappeared for good. As for Lauren, rumor has it that she started using dating apps to find guys in the same industry as me. She went on endless dates hoping to land someone like me again, but she ended up getting tricked by another guy. This time it led her into shady work, possibly even illegal. Word is she's involved in some pretty sketchy stuff now. Even though she's long out of my life, I can't help but feel a little sorry for her. But then again, she brought it on herself. As for me, once Jessica and I started our newlywed life in Japan, I began to experience a kind of happiness I'd never known before. Every single day felt full of warmth, joy, and peace. Looking back, I honestly feel grateful Lauren rejected my proposal back then. If she hadn't, I never would have found the happiness I have now. From now on, I just want to keep working hard, stay healthy, and protect this beautiful life I've built with the woman I love most.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.